EPA and EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchich here with your outlook for November 7th, 2025. The Friday video forecast is proudly sponsored by McCall Collective Brewing. McCall is a family-owned and operated brewery with 2 locations in the Lehigh Valley. Their original Southside Allentown location is at 102 East Susquehanna Street, and their second location, McCall Collective Tap House in Trexlertown, is located at 7743 Hamilton Boulevard. Both locations are open 7 days a week and have a full food menu, plenty of beer to choose from for both dine-in or takeout, along with local wine and cocktails. They are taking their food menus at both locations to a whole new level to include making pizzas at the Susquehanna location. A brand new Italian pizza oven is cooking up hot, delicious pies in collaboration with Local Stone Pizza Company from Macungie. And in addition to that, they have great new beer releases this week to pair with a new November food menu at both locations to check out as well. For more information on that and all of their upcoming events, please visit their Facebook page, or to place online orders, visit their website, mccallcollectivebrewing.com. Proud sponsor of the Friday video forecast. We have another cold front moving toward the region today, and there's going to be some breezy conditions ahead of it. And speaking of breezy conditions, it was enough that many of you noticed that the YouTube video was not uploaded like it normally is the night before, and that's because it was already done, and in the middle of uploading, it did upload. It just was doing the processing you do at the end of the video or whatever. They have to check it for copyright and things like that. While it was doing that, the power went out here, okay? And since the power went out, I wasn't able to upload it this morning until I got to a different location, obviously, to do it. And I was on generator power until mid-afternoon today. But the power's back, thankfully. Many of you had that same problem yesterday with those wicked winds coming in. Now, we are going to have breezy conditions today, and I don't expect anything to the level of what we just had in ahead of this cold front. So the cold front is situated back here. I don't know what happened to my little drawing tool, but it disappeared. But there is a southerly flow out ahead of this cold front, which extends all the way down to Mississippi and actually into the northern Gulf of Mexico. And there's a strong area of low pressure over the northern Great Lakes that's driving this. This is going to bring some shower activity to the region this evening as it moves through, but ahead of it, strong southwesterly wind flow, and you got this the wind gusts that are going to be 15 to 25 with gusts generally 30 to 35. In some of these elevation areas in the greens, you're seeing some gusts up to 35 miles per hour. So we're not dealing with 50 to 60 this time. We're dealing with breezy, certainly breezy, and things go flying in this amount of wind. But hopefully it's not enough to take out anybody's power like we had last night or the night before, actually. So this is going to be just going through the daylight hours. Once we get to the evening, this quickly diminishes and goes away, so we're not going to have anything to deal with that as far as wind continuing into the night like we did on Monday night. Or what day was that? I'm losing track of days here. Wednesday night. That was Wednesday night. All right, so here's the precipitation coming at us, and this will survive further south and east. And that was a big problem with that rain, the wind yesterday, is the rain survived a lot further southeast than it was supposed to, and it was still strong and heavier rain, so it was able to transport some of those stronger winds well above the surface down to the surface and bring it down in downward momentum processes, okay? So that's part of the reason why we got such high wind and knocked out power. This will not be the case here today, even though we have rain moving in. This is going to be generally during the evening, so that right there is 5 p.m., just starting to encroach on the Lock Haven, Williamsport area, and then it gets over to the far eastern part of the state here by about 8, 9 o'clock. Just some showers here that go through in the interior, should be done around midnight or just before. We'll continue a few hours beyond midnight for our southeastern areas, but we're back to partly cloudy skies here on Saturday in its wake. You see the temperatures above me today is going to be a little bit warmer than yesterday, 56 to 62. And that's from northwest to southeast. And then on Saturday, we're looking at a very mild day, 62 to 67. Average highs right now are below 60 everywhere in our region, including Philadelphia. Philadelphia's average high today is 59. So looking at tomorrow being 62 to 67, obviously that's above average for this time of year, but still quite comfortable. And then we are going to be retreating those temperatures a little bit after Saturday. There's Saturday with the high pressure and control in the wake of this system. Then we have another one coming at us, increasing clouds Saturday night. Maybe a late night shower in our western areas or interior locations, but this will bring some shower activity, not a lot, but some showers on Sunday during the day, and then maybe some lingering overnight into our far eastern areas. I'm going to change this over to a precipitation type map again because there's been a lot of this going around with I don't know where you're hearing this from, but I had a couple people coming to me and saying that they've heard because the CFS has a snowstorm that we have to watch out for that. Uh, CFS is not a mid range model. That's something you use for longer range. That's not something that you use in the mid range and then to make an argument of snow. So I'm not sure where you guys heard that from. But I've had a bunch of comments on social media about this big snowstorm coming. I don't see it. Now, there is an upper level low associated out here in the Ohio Valley. Again, I don't have my little marker tool, so I don't know what happened to it, so we're going to have to just circle it. Where my mouse is circling, there's an upper level low here as this trough is coming in, and it does bring some snow showers to western Pennsylvania and actually brings it over to the mountains of West Virginia and Virginia here. But there could be, your first snowflakes out of this, and that's possible. I just don't think that it's a big storm potential here. There could be some lake effect snow here on Tuesday as well in the usual areas, in the far northern areas. So is it possible that you see your first snowflakes in the elevations especially? Yeah, absolutely. Or lower elevations, you might see flakes flying because there's going to be a cold air mass coming in. But not necessarily sticking. Okay, so there's a big difference. There's not really a big storm that I'm seeing here to include on the European ensembles. I think we're just looking at a lake effect snow event, possibly Tuesday. It is going to turn breezy again Monday and Tuesday. And here's that cooler air mass coming in. This is looking at Saturday where the temperatures are again above average, like we have noted. And then you go beyond this. Sunday's kind of like an in between day. And then here's the cold air mass coming in that Monday, Tuesday time frame. I think Tuesday is going to be the colder of the 2 days by about 2 degrees or so. But this was looking at 10 to 12 degrees below average before. Now it's about 8 to 10, so it's not quite as impressive. But it's still looking at, highs in the mid 40s on Monday, maybe lower 40s on Tuesday kind of thing. The highest departures are actually going to be southwest of us, where the core of that trough is settling in, where some very cold temperatures there relative to average. And then it's going to remain cooler than average going into next week as well. It's just not going to be quite as it's not going to be quite as cold as it's going to be Monday and Tuesday. So getting back in the 50s again, but 50s at that time, where it's going to be is kind of like near to slightly below average, and that's kind of what we have in that Wednesday and Thursday time frame next week, with partly cloudy skies expected. Breezy days Monday, Tuesday, not so much on Wednesday and Thursday of next week. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for November 7th, 2025. Have a great Friday.